Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and I'm back in the Fabled Lands with Lord Warrior exploring the Kingdom of Golnir. Now, when last we came into Golnir, we spent almost an entire episode just travelling around from place to place, finding locations. And I feel that I've either been missing out on all the big adventures, or they're hiding from me. I don't know. I've had plenty of encounters, like transitional encounters, you know, the kind of things that feel like random encounters when travelling from place to place. But I haven't had the same sort of quest or mission feel that I was getting in Saqqara or in Yarumura on the Great Steppes. Now, the Great Steppes overall were a fairly roaming experience, and I feel like Golnir has that similar wandering around experience. I don't know when I'm going to get to that Sorcerer's Isle, because I bet they would pay well for the sulphur from Yellowport. So what I want to do is amble around and see what more I can find here. Additionally, I have walked around a little bit with a couple of other characters and avoided starting any major quests, but they have sort of bumped into a few minor encounters, so I know that when I rescued the lady from the tower here, her knight who is seeking her is somewhere in this area. And he probably won't take too kindly to me telling him, oh look, I've rescued her already. Oh well, that's unfortunate. Also, there's these places over here that I couldn't visit from Saqqara, so why don't I go try those out today? The farmers in these parts are ruddy-cheeked and jolly, always ready with a foaming stoup of ale and a cheery chat. If you took up every offer of hospitality, you'd never reach your destination. An uneventful journey, that's great. You're travelling cross-country in eastern Golnir and we're rowing, in the rolling hills that sweep down towards the broad river valley of the Grim. A horse trader tells you that the town of Goldfall is close at hand. See this scar on my forehead, he says, pulling off his straw hat. A nugget fell from the sky and brained me, so it did, but a villain made off with my nugget while I was stretched out senseless on the grass. Yeah, let's not go to Goldfall. That is a bad place. We can go to the Rainbow River, there might be a ford. You follow the course of the frothing Rainbow River as it tumbles across flat, glistening stones and boulder-strewn rapids. Again, a safe and uneventful journey. Let's cross over the Abbey of Lacuna. So not just a mere shrine or something, but an entire abbey. Lacuna being the goddess of hunting. If you're an initiate of Lacuna, then you have the option to visit the nearby abbey of your goddess. Non-initiates cannot usually find the path to the abbey as it is hidden and protected by powerful spells, though you can attempt to uncover it by making a magic roll at 15 or a scouting roll at 18. 11 for magic. 11 for... Whoa! Okay. Given that it's free hire, we're actually... Yeah, we can't make the scouting one. It's literally impossible, unless a double 6 is always a success. We can try the magic one. Something I was going to say is that we haven't found any rank up quests yet here. And that feels odd. If they're following the original design, there should be a single rank up quest for each class in each kingdom. We haven't found any quests in Golnir at all yet. Look, it's like all empty. So we'll try with magic and expect to fail. Yeah, that wasn't going to happen, was it? Use a blessing. No, I think I'll save that. Do I have... I do have a magic blessing. I should be saving that for Naresh. The broad, gently rolling pasture lands between the Grim and the Rainbow Rivers lie before you. Wool is sent south from here to Oh, sorry, I was thinking of the actual town of Wool. Yeah, look, I live in Hampshire. We have a town called Wool. Okay. Wool is sent south from here to make the rich towns of the merchant princes of Ringhorn, to make the rich gowns of the merchant princes of Ringhorn and Metricians. Sorry, Metricians. Ah, we met some nuns from the Abbey of Lacuna. Will they invite us back there? Probably not. The nuns are instantly recognisable in their green and brown habits. Greeting you with friendly smiles, they offer to take you to the Abbey. Well, yeah, okay. You're allowed to stay one night at the Abbey. You can recover 2 stamina points if injured. You must leave now, the nuns tell you at breakfast. Only initiates may remain here among us. If you wish to become an initiate of Lacuna, you must convince the nuns of your sincerity by making a sanctity roll at a difficulty of 12. But you cannot try to become an initiate of Lacuna if you're already an initiate of another god. Lorga is a follower of Turnai, the warrior god, and so we will depart. Conflas. What a name. You come to Conflas, a thriving market town at the point where the 2 rivers meet. Is it Bournemouth? It is a delightful town of white-fronted houses with brightly painted timber frames. The burghers of the town are open and friendly. As one explains to you, we tell the baronies that we pay tax to the Sarkarans, and the Sarkarans that we pay tax to Castle Ravane, so they both leave us alone. That's why you'll never find a long face in Conflas, so they are practicing tax avoidance, and we can explore. Let's first go to Market. Dear Marketplace, do you have any delightful items that I would like to purchase? Okay. Requires scouting of 8, so we've found a Wayfarer skill. Now, looking at the map, Mulhern? No. It was here for priests, warriors, mages, something else. There wasn't anything here. There might have been something here. So we're finding all of the places to... I strongly suspect that it would be really nice if the items available in the marketplace would correlate to the local ranking up quests. I also strongly suspect that's not the case. Let's go to the inn. You can get lodging here for 1 shard a day. Each day you spend here allows you to recover 1 stamina point if injured. I'm going to buy a round of drinks and listen for rumours, because that's a very good way in Sakara to pick up a few of the quests which are only available that way. And yes, I didn't really do it very much, did I? You meet 5 elderly priests in long robes sitting at the table just ahead. Catching up, you ask them where they are bound. We travel all over Golnir, says the oldest, teaching people about the gods. Oh, you must have met some strange sorts in your time. He nods. Indeed, the most intractable of the bold folk of the Forsaken Forest. They attack and murder anyone who has a head of hair, scalping them to make wigs. And do not forget the citizens of the Dwemer. And do not forget the citizens of the Dwemer, chimes in the youngest priest, a fellow of about 60. They admire godlessness as if it were a virtue. Right, so the Forsaken Forest and the Dwemer. Or Dwemer. I'm going to presume that is the Forsaken Forest then. Interesting. Well, let's explore a little bit. Your options include hiring passage on a barge going south at a cost of 3 shards, or use a ford where you can cross to the east bank of the River Grim for 1 shard. No, I'm staying on this side, thank you very much. I'm looking for adventure. I feel like the proverbial Jack who couldn't find good luck because all he had was bad luck because he couldn't see the good luck that was right there in front of his face. Into the woods, maybe. Yeah, okay, let's try it out. Back up to the Abbey, where we will not search for it. Did we meet any nuns? No, no. We have a safe, uneventful journey for Forsaken Forest. There it is. The Forest of the Forsaken is a dark, forbidding place. Even in broad daylight, shadows cluster like a mass of cobwebs under the gnarled boughs. As you skirt the forest, searching for a path, you see a hamlet at the edge of the trees. A man looks up as you approach and starts to ring an iron bell. Yeah, we're going to get away from there. We don't want to get murdered. Anyway, look, Lorga doesn't really have any hair. He's got a beard. A hamlet of wattle and daub cottages with thatched roofs nestles under the branches of the trees. Besides the hamlet, a path snakes off into the gloomy wood. Not far off, several bald peasants stop work and lean on their spades to watch you. If I approach them, they seriously outnumber me, obviously, so if I go along the path, there may be an ambush. Let's live really dangerously and go and say hello. The evil bald villagers pelt you with rocks, hoping to rob you. You lose stamina points for the stones, but at least your armor, if any, gives you some protection. You hurry away. Yes, let's absolutely do that. Going into the wood could get much worse. Haunted hills. Ooh, the spine of Harkoon would lead me back north into the frozen wastes. I've got the Fairy Mead, which I can use in the Northern Wastes, and I can also use down here in Golnir. And I'm not sure if I can get more very easily. Potion of Godliness. I still need to find a way to sell this, and I need to get some bullets for the gun, because it now is a ranged weapon. So, if I go here, can I go across? I want to get to this village. No, I'll just go back to the Rainbow River. And there... Ooh, hunters in a canoe. The hunters are in a quandary. They cannot go home to their wives until they have caught some fish, but they have lost their only hook. Can you help? They implore. I don't have a fishing hook. I don't know where I'd get one. The farmers here are friendly, and a country fair. Okay. Prediction. We get robbed and lose some money. You cannot resist the temptation to stop off at the fair. 2 whole fields are covered with gaudy coloured tents and stalls where you can watch juggling, acrobatics, dancing bears and singing birds. That's a pretty big fair, to be honest. I've seen fairs use up 1 whole field, and the size of the fields vary. No, I've seen fairs in a pretty big field, but 2 whole fields, I mean, look, that field could have almost been 2 or 3, but yeah. Well, let's not get accused of thievery. Get drunk on nettle beer. Absolutely. Oh, for goodness sake! You underestimated the potency of the local brew. You wake up in a ditch with a... Oh my god, have we lost... You wake up in a ditch with a pounding headache. It is mid-morning and the fair is packing up. You have lost your money, but have somehow managed to acquire a candle, a silver horseshoe, and a flamingo's feather. At least we haven't lost our other item. Whoa! I was like, where's my weapon? And then I was like, oh, that's a ring. The weapon's down here. Okay. A candle. A horseshoe. A good omen unless you're the horse's rider. And a flamingo's feather. We might be able to sell that to a noble. Well, all we've done here so far in Golnir is lose about 700 gold, so... You're traveling across country... Yeah, okay, it's this section again. The endless plains of a breadbasket of Golnir. A vast rolling expanse of fields that gleam in summer like quilts of gold. Pretty whitewashed villages nestle beside lazy streams. The farms are filled with plump livestock, danger is unknown to the inhabitants of this idyllic landscape. When you are ready, you head on towards fresh pastures. Let's absolutely do that. You're travelling across the fields and farmlands east of the Reese River. And have an uneventful journey. Let's go to Marmarak. Marmarak is a depot town where the prospectors who mine the foothills come to buy supplies. Grey stone-built dwellings huddle under roofs made of slate tiles. You will not find much of interest in the stores of Marmarak. Pickaxes, candles, buckets, sieves, all you need for mining and prospecting, friend, declares the store owner jovially. Yeah, look, about that. There's going to be opportunities to go mining in the hills and prospecting, isn't there? Pickaxe, rope. We get a tent. It's not an entirely bad idea. We also want to be careful what we do with our money. We want to find ways of divesting ourselves of some of our belongings. The cost of passage by boat heading downriver is 5 shards. No, I'm not looking for boat, I'm looking for adventure. So I can go all the way up to the mountains. So this might be impassable then, it might be... From up here I could go this way, but here I can't, and I can only go up there. Let's head back down the River Reese on foot for now. Uneventful journey, that's fine. We don't have any ships, do we? We do at Yellowport. We can make a lot of money sailing between Yellowport, Wishton and Matricians. Wishton pays a lot of money for the sulphur from Yellowport, and the wheat, which is really cheap in Matricians, pays like twice as much in Yellowport. So I could always grind some money there if I wanted to. It wouldn't make for very interesting viewing though. The village of Delpton flourishes by the shipping of grain downriver to Ringhorn. Oh, so they might have even cheaper grain, which we can't buy because they don't have docks. Delpton Market is small by the standards of the great cities of the south coast, but you may find some useful knickknacks. Indeed we might. So there's a wizard book, right? Wait, no, it's a Fifi one, isn't it? Okay. Not getting any options to use these yet. Oh, also, we have the Whistling Moor over here. The Whistling Heath. I have some theories about it. Because paths don't lead logically and they go round and end up and wind in different places. The sinister path, if it is a clue to go left, either just means go west all you can, as in looking at the map, or just means, you know, because we start going west, it just means go south, go east, go north, go west, and then maybe south again. You know, because obviously we'd just be going round and round in a circle, but maybe that's the way to get where we want to go in that strange place. Being constantly robbed there means I don't want to go there too often though. So let's just keep heading down to... There wasn't much for me at Ravane, so if I go to Chard's Inn... You come to an inn nestling against a fringe of trees beside a meadow full of flowers. The innkeeper, whose name is Chard, tells you that he does good business. The merchants who travel between wheatfields and Castle Ravane are never short of money to spend. Oh, that means he's expensive. You pass rumbling ox-drawn carts and mule trains laden with grain and cloth. Much trade passes up and down this road. Let's try not to meet the night. You pass a man whose cart has lost a wheel. "If I can't get it fixed, then I'll miss the market," he wails, but no one will stop to help. Well, let's help him. He is so grateful that after selling his goods at the market, he offers to put you up at his home for a few days. If you're injured, you can recover some stamina points. Absolutely. Now, where am I looking to go? What am I wanting to do? I've got a tent. I want to sell something. I've got nothing to sell. Okay. The region between Delpton and Castle Ravane is a patchwork of tranquil fields and meadows. It seems that nothing intrudes on the slow, contented pace of daily life hereabouts. Oh, that might have been Mulhern Smith with it. Oh, that would have been a rascal, you say? Oh, for goodness sake, right. Scam call, just what I needed. Robotic voice pre-recorded message nonsense. And trust me, where they were claiming to be from, yeah, no, that wouldn't have happened. That's annoying. Oh well. Sorry about that, everybody. You meet a youth who shamelessly confesses to all sorts of daring crimes. His stories give you some ideas of your own. He seems to like you, and before you part way, he gives you a potion of stealth. Has he nicked the rest of my money? No. Intriguing. Here in the peaceful countryside of southwest Golnir, hay carts rumble down leafy lanes and peasants look up from their work with a cheery wave. The dangers that an adventurer must often face are easily forgotten in this idyllic setting. How true. The storyteller is sitting on a greasy hummock. Yes, on a grassy hummock beside a leafy lane, regaling the children from a nearby village with his tall tales. Look, I've got no idea what to expect, so let's just take it. The story concerns a hairy old bogle who used to eat anyone who strolled too close to his lair. One day he caught a young maid who begged to be given a day to set her affairs in order. Oh, this sounds familiar, actually. There's a few, If it's an old woman, I might know this story. This tickled the bogle's humour so much that he said he'd spare her life if she could tell him what his name was. The maid pretended to go back home to see to her affairs, but in fact she hid near the bogle's lair, so she overheard him singing to himself, "I'll be making a meal of a plump milkmaid, who doesn't know my name is Friddle McCade." But of course, when she came back the next day, she was able to name the bogle, so she lived happily ever after. This seems to be the end of the story. Yeah, there's a Scottish version of Rumpelstiltskin, where the little creature's name is Tom Titot. Which is very similar. Let's go to Ringhorn. They got a market there. Ringhorn receives goods from all along the Reese River, trading along the coast from Utaku to Yellowport and south to distant Ankong Konu. It is a very large, bustling city. Ringhorn consists of hundreds of stalls crowded into a the Ringhorn Market consists of hundreds of stalls crowded into a cobbled square under the walls of the Sheriff's Citadel. I didn't read that because I ain't gonna do it. What here is cheap? Yes. Nothing really. Okay. I could book passage to Yellowport, or I could just walk it. I think I need to walk it. I can't sell the potion of stealth. Can't sell the potion of glibness. In fact, all I can sell here is the lantern, and they're fairly easy to come by. Now, getting to a 7 in a class's primary ability score, which would be combat for the warrior, is actually very difficult, because the majority of ways to get a stat to go up are to do the promotion quest for another class, and it will be like gain a rank in this class or +1 to the stat for it. So, you know, charisma for the troubadour, magic for the sorcerer, sanctity for the priest, scouting for the wayfarer, and thievery for the rogue, for example. But to get your own class's stat to go up, it's harder to find quests that will give you a flat +1 to a stat. And when we did the quest that would give us +1 to anything we wanted, I think we chose Sanctity. So Lorga won't be able to get that quest, that item anytime soon. Look, it's virtually what I paid for it, if I paid for it at all back in the day. Right, oh, we're looking for some parrot fungus to go with, and that we can get. Oh, hello. So we'd want a wolf's pelt. We need to be able to get rid of that mandolin at some point, really. That's... Or maybe the candle. Wait, we got the officer's pass. Okay. And we do own a ship. You're on the coastal road that snakes along the wind-swept cliff tops between Ringhorn Port and the market town of Matricians. We have an uneventful journey. While Lorga would love to be attacked by highwaymen, he doesn't have space to pick up all their stuff and sell it. At the side of the coastal road there is a weathered old fort. It looks abandoned, with moss cladding the pitted black stones of its high walls. Its empty windows stare out to sea. It may be a relic from ancient times when the ruthless Utakins swept up out of the south to conquer all Harkuna. Let's just continue on our way. Matricians is a large trading city of broad market plazas and great palaces built by the wealth of the merchant princes. The market is one of the largest you have ever seen. It stretches for hundreds of yards through piazzas covered with silk awnings along the great esplanade overlooking the bay, and through shadowy colonnades where fortunes are made and lost in the course of a single conversation. Well, I believe I'm heading back to Socara, and I need a little bit more money for my cargo to come back this way. I think it's like 350 for... Yeah, I think next episode might be mainly a sailing one, I'm afraid. Let's pop this up there to make it a little more... It doesn't make... Yeah. Wait, combat 9. That's +2. Hold on. Combat 7. What else is adding to combat? Okay. Something is giving me +1 combat. Is it this? Is the horseshoe giving me +1 to everything? That doesn't make much sense. We want the parrot fungus, so we need 2 spaces. Gonna have to... Oh! Of course. In Socara, there's the alchemist by the Blessed Springs who buys and sells all kinds of potions. We could probably sell 1 or 2 of these there. I mean, What was I saving this for? I'm not certain. I am concerned by the lack of quests in Golnir. I'm just not finding very many of them. And I do know that the fact that this is an older save, and some things may have been broken. But I'll experiment with a newer save and see. But for now, though, let's go back up this east road then. You're on a road that stretches across the downs between Haggart's Corner and the coast. We have an uneventful journey, that's great. Up to Haggart's Corner, where people do business with the trowel. And we could buy a very, very high priest book that we can't use. Our goal: go up this east road. East of Whistling Heath lie fertile lands that provide rich pickings for the yeomen of central Golnir. And we make it to the Grim Riverbank, which is just where we want to be. Travellers from Sakara, well, guess what? I'm going into Sakara as well. Do not fear, I shall return to Golnir, but for now, I'm back in Sakara. I'm actually going to leave this episode here. So my plan is to go down to Yellowport, pick up my ship, pick up some sulfur, sail it back to Golnir, bring some wheat back, and then I'll have a little bit of money again. Hopefully that won't be too boring in the next episode. But for now, I'm going to say goodbye. See you all next time, everybody.